It is Sunday morning, the 21st of March, 2021, and this is your friend Angus Buchan with a thought for the day. If we go to the book of Matthew, the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 15, and I'm reading one verse, verse 11. And Jesus said, "Not what goes into the mouth defiles a man, but what comes out of the mouth, this defiles a man." We really need to watch what we say. There is tremendous power in the spoken word. It can break down a person and it can also build up a person. If you've got nothing good to say about someone, then rather don't say anything at all. Maybe some of us men have to ask the Lord today to please curb that temper that we have, because we often say something in the moment, in a fit of temper, and then we wish afterwards we had never said it at all. Things that are said on the spur of the moment don't do anybody any good. You know, you might laugh, but sometimes it's good to count to 10 before you say something. And normally you won't say it at all. I remember many, many years ago, a lovely lady, she came to me and she was brokenhearted. She said, "Angus, I really want you to pray for me. You see, my husband had a drinking problem and he used to come home in the early hours of the morning and collapse into the bed next to me and used to make me so angry. And the one day he did just that. He came home at about 3 o'clock in the morning, passed out on the bed, and she turned over and she said, 'I wish you would just die.' And you know, she woke up in the morning and she'd felt bad about what she'd said, and she shook her husband to wake him up, but he had had a heart attack and he had died. And she said, 'Angus, I didn't mean it. I just wish I could say sorry.' And we prayed together, and God, I know, forgave her. But she had to deal with that issue in her life. Be careful what you say. Jesus says it's not what goes into the mouth that defiles a man, but it's what comes out of his mouth. It's not what you eat, it's what you say. And then on the other hand, I remember at a meeting with a whole lot of men years ago, the Holy Spirit was moving so powerfully, and we were speaking about the very same thing. And a man came up onto the platform, he said, and he broke down and cried, a big, strong ex-policeman. He said, "I have never told my son that I love him and that he's good enough." And at that moment, a young 18-year-old boy came running down the aisle, tears streaming from his face. "Dad, I love you." And the two of them embraced in front of a host of men. Do you know that that boy could not even make the third rugby team at his school? And after his dad's affirmation, after his dad speaking life into that young man, he went back and he made the first team and then went on to be a semi-professional sportsman. I want to say to you today, be careful what you say. God bless you and have a wonderful Sunday. Goodbye.